Hey, what's up guys? DMJ here. Welcome to the DDM, or the Dungeons and Dragons miniatures game. This is the old version. This isn't the new one. And there was a 3rd edition version and a 4th edition version, and the 4th edition version was way better and a lot more fun to play, and that's what we're going to be playing right now. Plus, you guys know I love 4th edition, and this is just a little tiny piece of it that I can play on my own, so I'm super happy about that. So here's the situation. We're going to say that this part of the town has been destroyed in a recent battle between the orcs and the townspeople. There's been some adventurers and supposed heroes that have came along and fought in this war, but this part of the town is just totally scrapped. Kind of reminds me of like the idea is like in 4th edition where Neverwinter kind of got trashed, and like so there's this part of town that's like infested with monsters. But let's take a look at our heroes. Down here on the end we have a Doomfist monk, we have a man-at-arms, we have a bandit, and an Odiug. So this is a civilization army. I've got some more miniatures down there, but just to tell you real quick, this is a civilization army. So these are things that you would find in a civilization. And you know, I started thinking at first like, well, an Odiug, it would be found in civilization, it'd be down in the sewers. And so what we're gonna say is, with this attack, this bandit right here knows some, like a criminal circuit that runs down in the sewers, and they had captured one of these. And so like this bandit here is dragging this thing by chains. According to the original rules of the game, this thing starts off the board like in water or something, and then it shows up. And as you guys know, as I told you before, this is obviously even gridless. So take the normal rules and throw them out the damn door. I mean, we're just like basically using what's on the cards and a lot of common sense. The D&D miniatures games always lack because they're always 2D, the maps. And the newest one has all these levels and you're trying to figure out cover and all of this stuff. We're using a lot of common sense here. You know, I'm gonna get down like they do in the war games and look, and if there's a miniature here and there's a miniature there, if this wall covers most of it, he's got cover. Very simple. This is the way I ran the last game, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Anyways, this is our civilization warband. Down here we have the other two. We have a hippogriff, and we have an elf ranger. And so those two are coming up from this side. Maybe they don't even know these guys. Like maybe this warband like just recently got together. And but these guys are coming in kind of on their own to take a look at things. And then these guys are dragging this Odiug. So let's take a look at the other side. The creatures responsible for destroying the town, we have a group of orcs. And so right here, we have a orc raider. He's got a battle axe. Down here we have an orc warrior. Over there we have a orc siege hammer. He carries that big old hammer. And then right here we have the big ogre war hulk. Maybe that they've had to bribe or pay or promise things to in order to get him to wipe these pesky adventurers, these humans out. There's a lot of barricades. I do that not only for, you know, just to start the game off with cover and stuff, but it makes sense that the orcs have kind of taken over this part of town, and they're like blocking off the streets, maybe leaving some streets open so people can wander in, but then they're trapped and they can pretty much put them in a stew or do whatever they're gonna do with them. So, okay, down here, the black dice is the monsters. The big red dice is the good guys, the civilization. I wouldn't even say good guys, just civilization. I don't have any champions on the cards. And so initiative is just initiative. Let's do it. All right, we've got the monsters. Also, there is no objective for this game. There's no capture, any areas. There's no victory point areas. There's just straight up battling. Keep in mind, everything's pre-measured. The Ogre Warhawk charges all the way up to here. So since the monsters won initiative, they get to go one time, and now it is over to the civilization. These are going to be difficult terrain as well, but the monk moves over and climbs up on top of a barrel to kind of get a lookout over what's going on. So basically these take like an extra inch to cross, but the man-at-arms is going to double move. Orc Siege Hammer down there is going to move all the way up here. He can move 14 inches. So he's gonna move all the way up to there. Orc Warrior moves up to here. Bandit lets go of the Otyug's chain, and it sort of takes off running and ends up about right there. Bandit ends up right here. Raider right there. And so the orcs are done moving. Elf makes it up to about right there. Hippogriff flies, lands about right here. It's initiative. Oh, bad guys. So the ogre sees this group over here. He goes after him. He climbs this wall and makes his way with a double move all the way over to the bandit. Doesn't even see the Otyug over there. And of course, the orcs, by winning initiative, could have chose to go second, but I don't think they can control this ogre. I think he's just runs into battle. Since the bandit got rushed by the ogre, I don't want to say charge because charge is a special attack in this. I think it kind of caught him off guard a little bit. He's going to use his foot pads attack. It's +8, 15 damage. All right, he's got +8. It's a 17. Warhawk has an AC of 25. That's a miss. The bandit gives a whistle to the Otyug, who moves to about right here and is going to use his tentacle grab and try to pull the ogre away from his from the bandit guy. So the tentacle grab is reach 3. That means he can do it from 3 inches away. It's +16 versus AC, 15 damage, and you pull the target adjacent and the target becomes immobilized. Otyug has +16. 21. That is not enough to hit the ogre's AC of 25. Yikes. Orc Raider moves all the way up there and engages with the man-at-arms. Siege Hammer rushes up to the Hippogriff. As soon as he gets rushed by the orc, he does a positioning strike. He has +7. So that's 18. He does 10 damage and he slides the orc back over here, kind of lining it up for the monk. I measured it. The monk is 2 inches away from the orc, so she pulls out her dragon chain and just starts swinging it around, kind of like a lasso, I imagine, and she flings it and it goes around. She's trying to wrap it around the orc's neck. He has +14. 23, that's definitely enough to hit his AC. He's gonna position herself to strangle him with the chain, and she gets to shift 2 squares, 2 inches, so she's gonna shift to about right there. Finally, we have the Orc Warrior, and he has enough movement to double move up here to help his buddy against the Hippogriff. So the Hippogriff's got a bunch of cool stuff that it can do, but I think since it was it's getting outnumbered here by these orcs and they just charged in at it, well, rushed in at it. I think he's gonna bite the first one that came in at him, the Siege Hammer. He's gonna bite him and then he's gonna fly away because he can fly away without provoking attacks of opportunity because he has flight. So his bite is +12. That's 22. That's 15 damage to the Siege Hammer. And he just flies away from those guys and lands about here. So those guys definitely got cover, heavy cover, if she was gonna try to shoot them. So the elf is going to double move all the way over to here. All right, it's initiative. Civilization gets it this time. So there's a plan here. And remember, I'm playing both sides to try to win. But I think Civilization's gonna pass. So they get, I think the Ogre, as I said, he's just on a rampage here. He's gonna swing, but these two have a plan back here that they're about to enact. The Ogre is going to attack the Bandit. Ogre has plus 16. That is 28. A heavy swing of that axe. He buries it down into the Bandit for 30 damage, killing the Bandit. He only had 25 hit points. This is really all that's left, is a pile of blood and guts. He lets out a big howl of celebration. He doesn't realize what's coming for him off to the right. So to start with, the Odiug is gonna try to grab him with the tentacles again. He has plus 16. Damn, 19, that is a miss. Hippogriff is going to charge the Ogre. He flies through and tries to smash into the Ogre. He has a bunch of charging stuff, paralyzing charge, powerful charge. So let's see if we can get this done. He has plus 12. That is 27. That is going to hit the Warhawk. So his bite does 15 damage. His powerful charge does an extra 10, so that's 25 damage. And the Ogre is immobilized from paralyzing charge. So we got him marked right there as immobile. I wanted the Odiug to grab a hold of him with the tentacles, and then the Hippogriff has a flyby attack, is what I wanted to do. But when the Odiug failed, the Hippogriff, like in a really awesome fashion, just charged right into this thing. An immobilized creature cannot move on its own, but can otherwise act normally. It's still subject to effects that push-pull it. Immobilized creature's speed is 0. So he just basically can't move, which I guess is good for the rest of the group. So since the card doesn't state that there's a saving throw, that means that he's immobilized till the end of his next turn. The Siege Hammer turns around and runs toward the elf, and then uses the second action to move right into combat. And this guy is gonna run out and around using a double move and get to the other side over here, granting combat advantage. So they have the elf surrounded. So the monk is gonna move up with that chain and wrap it around his neck and try to strangle him. Damn, that's pretty brutal. All right, plus 12, that's 18. His AC is 15, so she gets the chain around his neck and is just like strangling him. That's another 15 damage to him. He's only got a couple left. The man-at-arms here is looking over here. Those two are on the Ogre, who can't move right now. She's got the chain around his neck. Their companion here just got cut down to a pile of gore. And he can probably hear the elf over here yelling for help. So I think he's gonna do the right thing and double move and run down here to try to head over to help his elf friend out. I think the smart thing for her would be to turn this way and do her double attack. She has 2 axes that she can pull out and try to eliminate that orc warrior so they don't have combat advantage against her. All right, it's plus 11. That is 26. That is going to hit. She wipes him out. Now, I don't know if her second attack can be focused on the other guy, but he's pretty tough. He's got like 70 hit points. He's down 15. We're gonna allow it. She's gonna turn around with her second attack here and swing on the Siege Hammer. Plus 11 on the second attack. That's 27. That's a hit. That's going to be another 10 damage to the Siege Hammer. And it's initiative. Ooh, we got the orcs. I I forgot to add a little immobile thing to him because she had the chain around the neck. Yeah, I don't think that the Ogre is too happy about being immobilized. He's just gonna turn around here. The axe is just like dripping with blood and body parts anyways from the bandit. He's going to use his sweep attack. And that means it's like a blast that comes out from him. So anybody within 3 inches gets a hit of this axe. So yeah, we'll start with the first one. It's plus 16. That's 27. That is going to hit the Odiug. Odiug takes 25 damage, and the Odiug gets knocked back. And he needs a 6 or higher to hit the Hippogriff. Yes, he does. 25 damage on the Hippogriff, and the Hippogriff gets knocked back. I just picture like feathers going all over the place and like the sound of a thud. Its body slamming up against that building wall. Maybe the whole building kind of shakes a little bit. The immobile's gone. This guy just got strangled. He's gonna turn around and she is going to whip him with that dragon chain. She's got plus 14. That's 20. That is 15 damage. He only had 10 left and he is dead. The Odiug can grab from 3 inches away. So he's trying again for a tentacle. He's like I don't think too intelligent of a creature. It just knows the way that it attacks stuff, and it's typically by either biting it or pulling it in with its tentacles. I think it would like to keep its body at a distance. And so it's just gonna spam its tentacles here until it grabs it, then it can bite it with a diseased bite. But yeah, he's gonna go ahead and grab. He's got plus 16, come on. That is 27. That's going to get him. Going to take another 15 damage. Not bloodied yet. He'll be bloodied at another 5 damage. Plus, he gets pulled over to the Odiug. He's immobile because he's wrapped up in the tentacles. He can still attack and stuff, but he just can't move. And with this one, it's a saving throw to end. So he's basically like trying to use his strength to get out of the tentacles. But he does have -2 because of the stench of the Odiug. The siege hammer is gonna pound her in the chest with the sledgehammer. He's got plus 13. Ooh, that's a 15. Her AC is an 18, so that's a miss. He's going to double move all the way up into combat with his companion. They don't get combat advantage because they're not flanking currently, but she's gonna do 2 axe attacks on him, but he gets to do a knife fist attack on her when she declares an attack. He has punch. Immediate action: when an adjacent enemy declares an attack, make a fist knife attack against that enemy. So I gotta mark that he's using it. So first let's do his fist knife. He's got plus 14. That's 27. That's definitely gonna hit her. She takes 10 damage. She gets 2 attack, plus 11. The first one is a miss. Second one, plus 11. That's 27. That's gonna be a hit. He takes another 10 damage. The siege hammer is bloodied. That means he's lost half his hit points. He's still got 35 left. After the Hippogriff just got slammed up against this wall, I would think that he would think it's probably not too wise to charge this big of a creature, this ogre, because that could happen. So he's gonna do a flyby attack. So he is going to fly 6 inches over to here. That's gonna be out of the range of his axe, even if he does get out of that. But along that path, he bit the ogre, or at least tried to. He gets plus 12. That's gonna be 28 versus the ogre's 25. That's gonna be a hit. 15 damage. He has 55 damage. The ogre's bloodied. It's initiative. It's kind of important. Civilization gets it by 1. The Odiug has pulled the ogre toward him with the tentacles, and then he is going to try to bite him with that big old set of teeth. All right, diseased bite versus immobilized targets only, plus 14. So he takes 20 damage and he's weakened. Weakened means your attacks do half damage and there's a saving throw at the end of the turn to get it off. So the Otyugh just bit this thing in the stomach and there's all this green pus and ooze coming out of its diseased bite. And the Warhawk here is feeling dizzy and weak, like he's gonna puke all over. And he just sort of takes like a wild swing with his axe at -2. He has plus 16. That's 20, 19, 18 against the Otyugh's 23. That is a miss. So he's got to roll a saving throw to see if he can break out of the tentacles. The -2 is for attacks only, so it doesn't count toward the saving throw. So I need 10 plus. No, that's a 9. He's still wrapped up and immobile. The orc, being a combat veteran, can tell that these two are trying to gain, they're eventually going to try to get combat advantage on him. And so I think he turns toward the man-at-arms and tries to smash him with the sledgehammer. Plus 13. That's 19. He hits the man-at-arms with such a force that it caves in the breastplate of his armor and takes out the man-at-arms. He drops to the ground. Elf Ranger's gonna double axe this dude, but he gets a free knife fist. Plus 14. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be a hit. Another 10 damage to her. Her first axe is plus 11. That's 26, that's gonna hit. 10 damage. Her next one, plus 11, 22. Ooh, that's a hit by 1. Another 10 damage. I think she's smart enough to stay away from this thing. She's gonna double move up to here to try to come to help her friend. The Hippogriff is going to charge into combat advantage. Okay, so he's got plus 12, but it's plus 2 because of the combat advantage. So that's 14, 26, 27, 28. That's definitely a hit. 15 damage from the bite and 10 damage from the powerful charge, so 25 damage. And the ogre goes down. Bet you've never saw a battle with an Otyugh and a Hippogriff against an ogre. Stuff like this is what's so fun about this miniatures game. You get to, you know, you guys probably have these miniatures like a Hippogriff or the Otyugh, and maybe you'll use them once a year, right? But this game allows you to get them out and actually play with them. So much fun. That was cool. Dead ogre. All right, initiative. That would be the bad guys. Okay, so I just realized that the sledgehammer is against the fortitude, which hers is 16. So it's 2-point difference. Her AC is 18. This guy is gonna try to smash her armor in as well. Oh, that's a critical miss. Hippogriff takes flight, flies over here and comes and lands in combat advantage against the orc. He is like highly aggressive. Monk can move 14. Moves up into combat. The Otyugh just kind of moves into this pile of rubble. All right, this is just about over. Initiative. Yeah, that's gonna be the good guys with a roll of a 20. Hippogriff has combat advantage. He's got plus 12, so it's plus 14. Ooh, 17. That was a miss. Elf, double attack. Usually has plus 11, but it's plus 2, so plus 13. Yeah, 31, that's a hit. And 21, that's 2 hits. Another 20 damage. And the elf with 2 axes takes down the last orc. And these guys have cleared out this part of the city, saving humanity in a heroic story. Yeah, that hippogriff, pretty badass. The Odiug wasn't too bad either. I think I like those guys. That's pretty fun. I might keep this warband. Maybe what I'll do is I'll keep the warband until they get their ass kicked. And then I'll just keep using warbands until they lose or something like that. Do you guys want to see these guys continue on? Or do you want to just start fresh every single time? I'm willing to do either one. Just let me know in the comments if you made it this far in the video. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and a comment, because that's what keeps me going, is the comments. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.